Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. This is Saada A. Alipulo, a B.Ed third year. So in this video, we are going to proceed to the six phonological awareness skill. So the 1 to 5 was explained to us by Ms. Rahima Ahmad. So the six phonological awareness skills is the blending sounds into words. So it is critical components of phonemic awareness, which mimics the process of sounding out the unfamiliar words. So, when we look at the example, to read the word scrap, so the children have to retrieve the sound, to retrieve the sounds for each of the graphemes, and that will separate the letter S, C, R, A, and P. So then blend them together to decode the word. So blending is the skills that help the children to read, especially when confronted with the unfamiliar words. So for a young children, most words are unfamiliar, and they will need to blend many of the words they encounter. So it involves the pushing together the sounds of the letters in the words in order to create the whole word. So simply requires practice and lots of it. So it is critical to introduce children to the phonemic awareness skills.
So here are the example of activities or teaching strategy that we'll use to apply this phonological awareness skill.
The number 7 is segmenting words into sounds. So it is the reverse process of blending sounds into a words. It involves the breaking up of words into their component sounds. So it breaks words down into individual sounds. So for example, a children may break the word sand into its component sounds like s, a, and D. So why are phoneme segmentation skills are important? So phoneme segmentation is essential in developing reading and spelling skills. These sounds can then written down as graphemes and blended together to form the word. So segmenting is a crucial phonics skills that kids will need to learn in order to read and write effectively. So segmenting is a vital skill that learner will pick up over the course of their early phonics education. By segmenting words into their different sounds, kids will be able to see how a word is sounded out in written word. This will help them develop their reading and writing skills in the long run. And it is the ability to hear the sounds of language. It includes the learning how to phonetically segment a word into individual sounds and blend a different combination of sounds together to form a word. So reading is made possible by the ability to hear its sounds within spoken words. When children cannot accurately detect or distinguish between the sounds, they struggle to decode and understand what is being read. Phonic awareness is an early step in learning to read, and it is a key component to decode the words.
So here are the example of activities or teaching strategy that will use to apply this phonological awareness skill.
So the number 7 is dilating and manipulating sounds. So dilating and manipulating individual sound is most complex phonological awareness skills. Why? Because it is an important task when students are brainstorming, rhyming, or alliterative words, or correcting their spelling. So it involves identifying the sounds in words, or dilating or swapping words to make new words. So for an example, the example of dilatation is what is swing without S? So the answer will be wing. An example of manipulation is what happens when you take off the D in the dog and swap it with letter C and K. So the answer will be dog. So dilating and manipulating individual sounds is the most complex phonological awareness skills for what I've said earlier. So it involves the identifying what will be the sounds of each word. So phoneme deletion is a strategy. Yes, one of strategy that help develop students' phonemic awareness, which is part of phonological awareness. Phoneme deletion involves the having students manipulate spoken words by deleting specific phonemes. If the task is too difficult initially, we can begin with the easy task. So phoneme deletion is the ability to identify how a word will sound if one sound were omitted. So it is a very important step in the development of literacy as well as general language development. So a child who is proficient in this skill can tell us when to remove that specific word or a specific letter.
So here are the example of activities or teaching strategy that will use to apply this phonological awareness skill.
Now the question is how phonemic awareness relates to phonological awareness. So, phonological awareness consists of all the above competencies, and phonemic awareness is a critical subset of phonological awareness. So, phonemic awareness includes the onset rhyme identification. So, initial and final sound segmenting, as well as blending, segmenting, and deleting, manipulating sounds. So, Phonemic awareness is the understanding that spoken words are made of individual sounds called phonemes. So, a phoneme is the smallest unit of sound we hear in the word. So, phonemic awareness falls underneath the umbrella of the subcategory of phonological awareness. That means they're very related to each other. Phonemic awareness is a part of phonological awareness. So for us to understand, so for example, counting the words of syllables in word will be a phonological awareness activity. So we are working with these syllables. So counting the number of sounds in the word will be a phonemic awareness activity. So, the difference between phonological awareness and phonics is that phonological awareness includes the awareness of speech sounds, syllables, and rhymes. Phonics is the mapping of speech sounds to the letters or the letter patterns, while the phonological awareness and phonics are therefore not the same. Yes, not the same, but this literacy focuses tend to overlap. So the difference with another difference is that the phonological awareness is that as what I've said earlier, phonological awareness it involves the speech sounds, the syllables, rhymes, phonics, and mapping of its speech sound. What is the specific sounds of that letter? So phonics builds upon a foundation. Yes, phonics builds upon a foundation of phonological awareness, specifically phonics awareness. So as students learn to read and spell, they have a knowledge of the relationship between phonemes and graphs in written language. So as reading and spelling skills develop, focusing on phonemic awareness improves phonics knowledge, and focuses on phonics also improve phonemic awareness. Now, another question is why use phonological awareness? While developing strong competencies in phonological awareness is important for all students, as the awareness of the sounds in words and syllables in critical to hearing and segmenting the words students want to spell and blending together the sounds in words that students want to read. So focusing on phonological awareness is recommended to form a key component of the early childhood education for literacy, starting with syllables, rhyme, and initial or finding sounds alliteration awareness. So developing strong competencies in phonological awareness is important for all students. Yes, especially for the immediate grade. Yes, this will be their foundation, how to learn the sounds of each words. So another thing is focusing on phonological awareness. Like what I've said earlier, it is recommended to form a key component for early childhood education. So in early years of primary school, the focus of phonological awareness is include the sounds of each letter, the sound blending, the segmentation, and manipulation, as these are the strongest prediction of early decoding success. So we are here now in the last part, which is the theory of practice phonological awareness. So it is a key early competency of emergent and proficient reading, including an implicit awareness of the structure of words, syllables, onset rhymes, and individual phonemes. So together with phonics, phonological awareness, in particular in phonemic awareness, it is essential competency for breaking the code of written language as per the four resources model for reading and viewing.
So here is the phonological awareness staircase to success. So, as we can observe, it implies increasing complexity. So the first stair is the easy or the basic step until it become the complex one.